Is a hostage deal imminent? There was a Saudi report out on a Saudi satellite television network, Al Sharq, on Monday, earlier today, saying that a deal is imminent, that Hamas has given the Israeli government a list of 34 specific hostages that they would release in the first round of a deal. The Prime Minister's office in Israel says, we've never gotten such a list. But this is a specific list. This has specific names, and I want to talk about it for a moment. Hi, this is Joel Rosenberg with All Israel News. I'm actually here on the TBN Rosenberg Report set. I've just interviewed one of the hostages that was released in November 2023. Aviva Siegel and her husband, Keith, were taken hostage on October 7th, 2023. She spent 51 days in those terror tunnels in Gaza, as well as in 12 other locations, a total of 13 locations that they were moved around, including she and her husband were moved into buildings at times where rockets were being fired from inside those buildings at Israel. And they feared that at any moment, Israeli airstrikes would take out the building and kill them, or that the terrorists themselves would kill them or leave them to starve or whatever. It's a very difficult story to hear. This week on the Rosenberg Report, Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, you're going to hear that story, and you're going to hear it directly from her. But I also had a chance to talk to her about this news that's so far unconfirmed, but the news being that there's this list of 34 specific hostages that Hamas is ready to release if Israel will make a deal. Keith Siegel, her husband, his name is on that list. He's 65 years old. He's in very poor health now. He was shot in the hand when he was being taken hostage, and they never gave him any medical attention, at least not for the 51 days that Aviva was with her husband in those terror tunnels and other places in Gaza. She had to care for him, but there was blood everywhere. There was a danger of infection. Has he gotten, any medical care since? I don't know. Right now we're at 461 days, I believe, 462 days heading into. Anyway, I asked her to react to this. What does she think? She said the first 5 minutes she was all excited. But then she thought, wait a minute. I can't let myself get excited, because what if it's not true? What if this is just psychological warfare? What if this is just Hamas releasing these names, but they have no interest or intention of actually releasing the hostages? So she's kind of going back and forth, as one might expect. She doesn't know. We don't know. At the moment, nobody knows if this is real. Let's pray that it is. But there's another complicating factor. The news reporting coming out of the Saudi government, or not Saudi government, Saudi media, as well as other international media, is saying that, yes, Hamas will release these 34. However, they want Israel basically to surrender in Gaza and leave, and there'll be a permanent ceasefire. That is something that so far, Prime Minister Netanyahu, every other time this has come up, has said, absolutely not. We're not surrendering in Gaza, not after all this. We want the hostages back, but we're not just going to give up. We're not going to let Hamas, tell the world that they won and just take over Gaza all over again. So all of this is very, very difficult, very, very painful for Aviva Siegel and her family. They got 4 grown kids, and they got many grandchildren. And for every other hostage family that doesn't know right now the fate of their loved ones, doesn't know if this deal is real, doesn't know if Hamas is really ready to make a deal, doesn't know if the Israeli government is willing to make a deal. If Netanyahu isn't going to surrender, but is willing to do something less than that, will Hamas accept it? Just very, very complicated, very, very painful. And don't forget, the clock is ticking. We're getting closer and closer every day to January 20th. That's the day that Donald Trump will take the oath of office and become not only the American president, but the commander-in-chief of the American military again. And Trump has said unequivocally, every single hostage needs to be out and free by January 20th, or he said there will be all hell to pay. Nobody knows what that means exactly, but that pressure, that threat by Trump has actually generated a whole round of negotiations right now. The head of Israel's Mossad, our secret service agency, our CIA of Israel, the Mossad, David Barnea, he is in Doha, the capital of Qatar, right now, and has been for the last couple of days, trying to negotiate this deal. So again, we don't know if this is propaganda. We don't know if this is psychological warfare on Hamas's part, or if a deal really is closed. We'll keep you posted, but that's the latest. And don't forget to watch my interview with Aviva Siegel on Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern on TBN, the Rosenberg Report. But for now, in Jerusalem, on the TBN set, this is Joel Rosenberg for All Israel News. Please keep praying for those hostages to be released, all of them. God bless you.